complete control of the map and holistic victory by Snake.
Yeah, complete control of the game flow. But we are back into Champion Select, ladies and gentlemen. Snake now on our blue side, and they're going to continue banning exactly the same things. In fact, mirrored bans on both sides, as Snake do take away the Z like last time. Of course, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. As Invictus Gaming now, Lysandra Kennen. We'll see whether it is going to be that Varus taken away last, or whether they'll get rid of something like the Azir.
Or the Poppy.
Yeah, or the Poppy, of course. Flandre making the game look pretty easy by picking that champion up. Yeah. And we thought, the Echo could actually be the answer. Yeah, Nidalee, another one. My God. But no changes.
I think the major contrast this time around is you have to remember we've swapped sides. So Snake, they get one champion. Yeah. And we get to see what they prioritize. Is it the Nidalee? Perhaps you give that one over to Kid. Is it the Azir to still pick that one up for tank because his champion pool is very limited? And I think Invictus Gaming, with this draft being on the red side and getting the 2-pick and the last pick for Rookie, look much more threatening already.
Yeah, it's a very good point. And I mean, I think the Azir might be a priority here for tank. He doesn't have the Varus to go back to. Like, his answers to the Azir aren't quite as deep.
And like the thing is, Lulu's still there. Right?
Yeah, true.
Red side rookie is what we call him all the time because he gets the last pick. He can pick whatever the heck he wants.
Well, Zatai actually looking at the Echo one more time. The priority of the Poppy has fallen just a little bit for this IG squad. Not feeling like that was the problem, as Echo is going to be locked in. Kid has the opportunity to take away
it's happening
the
again.
Nidalee. Yeah, and it's Invictus Gaming saying, look, it just didn't work out quite so well in game number 1.
Oh, no.
Let's just do it again. As CZR says, well, is there a bug? What's happening? Why isn't this champion
what
grayed
patch
out?
are we on again? I'm having a mind blank, guys. They're leaving me Nidalee. But
that is just
honestly,
insane.
like, even hovering that champion, it'll just be locked in. This should be Snake's draft. We're looking at potentially the exact same draft from Snake, unless Invictus Gaming adapt right now and take either the Poppy or the Lucian. With an Echo, though, already there, and with a Rise already there, like, IG's response to Snake's comp is not to beat them at their own game, but to beat them with an entirely different game.
This is crazy.
They're hitting all the turnaround, 2-pointers. Turn it up a notch, hit the 3s.
This is like the definition of insanity, though.
Is it? Or is it genius? Because they're very intertwined.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Nah, it's definitely insanity. They lost the first game. So until further notice.
Incredibly convincingly as well, as now Snake playing with their options. Crystal just thinking, all right, well, let's just do it again. As the Poppy is locked in there for Flandre. That is exactly the same team comp. One more time for Snake. And it is looking like danger time
I'm so
as
confused.
IG take exactly the same squad as well.
Have we replayed game 1? Guys, like, this is interesting.
There is a 2 up there for Snake. And it does say that last time around, this is exactly this. Oh my God, Rusty. I just don't know. Same bands, same picks, just different sides here for both of these teams. And we mentioned that IG, it looked like they had a plan, but it didn't work.
That's okay. So, like, let's take this with a grain of salt, right? Because game number 1 didn't work through a lane swap, through a map play, not through the drafting. So, all things considered, with the draft that Invictus Gaming do have in front of them right now, they can still make it work.
Yes.
The idea is just do not be 9k gold behind at the 17-minute mark.
Yeah. It's a very good point. Also, maybe don't use your arrows on the guy with cleanse and fantastic reflexes there as well, which was a problem there towards the mid lane. But my God, we've mentioned this time and time again. It was the fact that Snake got this terrifying team comp and the fact that they are so comfortable on all of these champions that was a big deal heading into game 1. And now IG just let it happen all over again. And we'll see what they can do to change their stars, because they're going to need to make some serious alterations to what they did on Summoner's Rift, because there is no change anywhere else.
Based off game 1, Invictus Gaming are bringing a knife to a gunfight.
They most certainly are. Well, we'll see whether the knife is going to be big enough as we hop onto Summoner's Rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the rift for game number 2. Don't be confused by the fact that the champions are exactly the same. This is, in fact, game 2. I can tell by the fact that they're on different sides of Summoner's Rift. But other than that, nothing has changed. We'll see whether IG can make the adaptations here in order to get themselves ahead.
Yeah, naturally the only change was sides of the map, as you mentioned, but this also means we need to reiterate a couple of small details, and that is what the teams are entailed to do and why they've committed to the exact same thing all over again.
Yeah.
Invictus Gaming have kind of met Snake's team fight composition, which is just very heavy in the poke-pick type of department with really good disengage to boot if it comes down to it, thanks to Flandre. But they've said, Ash Arrow, I'm straight on top of you. I'm going to take you out.
Yeah.
One member dead, consolidate and win the team fight yourself. But their crowd control and their way of actually getting in and stunning someone, as an example, the Ash Arrow once again, pretty high cooldowns.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm saying the same thing, but that's because they are the same.
Yeah, I
think they changed skins, though. I know Rookie did, but there's like one skin for Echo.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do like the high school one.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Academy
Echo.
Nah, I meant Zatai. He changed skin.
Yeah, true. So this could be all the difference.
He's Devil Boy.
Or Devil Old Man. We're looking at Rise thematically as Rookie. Able to clear up his minion wave. Misses one of them, but should be absolutely fine here as Kid.
Oh, wow.
Gonna head his way over, trying to stop this one. Steals away the red buff. End of the line. He's going to proc twice as well as ZZR. Going to lose his first buff, and this is the first change IG have made. Something that Kid has been pretty good at.
Yeah, he went from Gromp to red buff and just absolutely surprised ZZR there. And I don't think Kid's done anytime soon. In fact, he pushes him out entirely from that side of the jungle.
Scary stuff. And IG already. Adaptations. ZZR going to head his way over to the enemy red buff, see whether he can lock that one down, avoid the 3-buff start, as Rookie gets poked in the face over and over again. Azir, so strong after he hits that level 2.
Yeah, definitely is. I mean,
oh
my god, wow.
Woof. Flash answered there by Rookie, but Tank, he means business today.
Yeah, this is exactly right. I mean, the adaptation's there from Invictus Gaming, but this mid lane doesn't get any better because you picked the exact same matchup. Tank won it last time around. And once again, Rookie has to early blow that teleport. And he doesn't even get enough for another Doran's or anything this time.
Yeah, actually grabs himself a refillable potion and heads back with the pink ward. But you're exactly right. No extra advantage to be gained as the Azir's going to head back. And that could be double Doran's ring on the Chicken Man.
Yeah.
And that's just really scary. So there it is. Azir already pulling ahead, but no flashes in the mid lane may mean that Kid or ZZR might be able to pay an early visit. We saw ZZR do it last time.
Absolutely, means the junglers are a little bit more important. And of course, Kid and ZZR, no summoners burnt, but this just doesn't seem to end. Yeah. We know who's going to win each respective lane. We know exactly how the map starts to pan out for these teams now. Of course, the Thai does well against Flandre. Tank does well against Rookie. During the adaptation, once again, is Kid doing well and pressuring out ZZR.
Yeah, they're making sure that this Nidalee cannot get going. Of course, getting towards that Runic Echo is very important for the champion, but may have an opportunity early. And they are displaying that so far. Parallel convergence. Comes down as Rookie just grabs himself a shield. Dominance asserted.
So that's the thing, like in this matchup, whilst we've been saying that Azir does well, if the parallel convergence hits and a stun connects, Rookie does a lot of damage. In fact, he probably out-trades Tank because every spell he has does damage, but the passive to boot.
Yeah. And I think it has a lot to do with how much damage Tank can do while Rookie's trying to disengage after his cooldowns, right?
Yeah, exactly. You stand your ground and you deliver back onto Rookie once the combo's done.
Well, you can see IG trying to cope with Crystal and Ella here towards the top side. Now that wave crashed into the turret, Crystal is well and truly back in. Was falling behind just a little bit on the farm, but this is just one of those things that happens. And Rookie underneath the turret doing very well. As Kid pressuring ZZR out, but ZZR still playing with aggression towards the top side of the map.
Cute from Zatai, I will say as well. Whilst he doesn't have a lot of mana to his name and he's only level 5, so the kill threat is sparing, he holds the wave. And he's held that wave there for so long.
Yeah.
That Flandre really is struggling.
That being said, not reflected in the farm as there's the headbutt. Pulverize out of Ella. Crystal throws some bolts into Tabe, but the Unbreakable's good. And IG holding on here towards the top side of the map. No help coming right now. Of course, something that IG very used to. Tabe maybe not. And we were wondering about the changes. And in game one, I mean, I don't feel like too much was to be blamed on Tabe there. How did you feel he played?
No, Tabe played quite solidly, honestly, in that first game, as did Rain. Like, he did his job as the champion on the map. Ash throws the arrows out. He was connecting on all of the important targets. Crystal actually copped one in the last fight, but the QSS was there. If he hits tank, which he did, the cleanse was there to flash him out to safety. So whilst the Ash has been doing well from Rain, it still just doesn't feel like it does enough. But that's Invictus Gaming's bottom lane in general. They are just facilitators for Rookie, who wants to carry, and for Zatai, who's actually started hard carrying as well.
Yeah, and I actually really like the adaptation there as well. Give utility to this bottom lane.
Well, Rain's match history is Sivir.
Yeah.
And that says a lot. Sivir not being picked, it is, of course, Ash, but similar principle. You press R, and you help your team.
Precisely. But Rookie actually able to get the stun here onto tank. A lot of extra damage. Doesn't get the passive proc.
I think he did.
Yeah, that was actually weird. It sort of hung around for a little bit longer, but still, notable damage. As it's the same build here for Rookie.
Yep. Slight difference, I will say, though, from tank. He's going... It is Abyssal Scepter, but no magic resistance is the option. The lane control that he has had, obviously reflecting a little bit in that fact, as these two is going to hit each other a lot. Well, one-way street.
Yeah, big combo there from Zatai as he blows the ultimate.
Rise also being changed in this patch. Does a lot more damage with the Q.
Yeah.
So if you can hit any of those to start off a trade, you generally win that trade. Just Rise things.
Precisely.
I guess.
Zizia with the Tracker's Knife. Doing some work as Rookie once again aggressive. Ultimate could have been available there, but you can see lots of damage back. Yeah, no, Rookie deciding not to use that Chrono Break. And in goes Kid. Flandre forced to flash immediately, getting out of the way of the Rune Prison. Yeah. He's going to be safe for now.
The second the smoke screen came out from Kid, he had to reactively flash, because if he lost vision of where the team was killing him, he probably was just going to flash anyway and have a lot less health to speak of afterwards. So the safety flash from Flandre, who doesn't have a teleport, makes a lot of sense. Better safe than sorry.
Most certainly. But at the moment, 8 minutes into the game, it is very even. We'll see whether IG can utilize this to change what happened in game number one. With some early skirmishes, some problems from IG that really put them behind. There's now Snake looking for another steal. Kid helping with the blue buff here as Rookie is going to be able to pick that one up, but clear vision available for Snake, so they know that everything's safe towards the top side. Tabe gets some vision in there, but the damage has been done.
Yeah, they have a lot of knowledge here, Snake. And the question to me is, now that Crystal has recall, does he look to keep standard lanes, or do they accelerate that map for themselves once again, as they do so love doing?
Oh, yeah. Nice harassment there out of Rookie, though. Doesn't have any damage items apart from a Doran's Ring to speak of, but able to outtrade tank.
I feel like a broken record, but I will say it again. Just like the first game.
Yep.
Echo going for the tanky items, such as he has now. Spectre's Cow going to be Abyssal Scepter.
Yep.
Pretty hard to kill him. And because you trade evenly when you don't really have enough damage to speak of as tank, to kill someone that's got tanky items, you generally win those trades. So early game, tanks do well. Mid game, late game, the damage dealing builds tend to scale up a bit better.
Well, we'll see whether tank is going to be able to weather this storm. You can see Rookie actually ahead now this time, 10 minutes into the game. And keep your eye on the gold, because at the moment it is very even, about 100 in it. But Snake, generally, if ahead, 10 minutes, things look good. At the moment, things looking very even.
Yeah, that 80% win rate went ahead by any amount of gold, I believe, at 10 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
Speaks volumes for Snake. And usually what they're trying to do is, because they've lane swapped most of the time anyway, is consolidate Flandre and actually get the man going. Because with the highest kill participation on his team, for a top laner, kind of a big deal.
Most certainly is.
The thing is, and we didn't see it last time, we didn't see it this time, we've got standard lanes in Australian assignments.
Oh, the arrow.
Arrow's on.
Yeah, Pounce not going to be enough here from Zizia as the smoke screen goes out. Zizia actually flashes over to the wall, but in goes Rookie. They want to get this kill as First Blood's going to go to Kid. Massive knock-up comes in as Snake trying to stand their ground. You can see Kid going low. As
Teleports
Ella
in.
tanking up the Herald. Kid solo uses the collateral damage to help out as the Thai immediately has to run away. Snake doing their very best. Glacial Fissure comes down. Tabe controlling this fight as Flandre throws out the
Snake won
ultimate.
it.
Now Rain as well. He's in trouble as Snake are turning. And Flandre gets exhausted now as well. You can see Tabe right up on the front line as the Chrono Break comes in. Tank doesn't find the ultimate in the position that he wants, but follows after Tabe. Thinks that he may have caught him out of position, but flashes forward. Is the Q going to be there? Tabe's going to fall, and they answer.
And Snake were really close to actually getting a clutch team fight across the board, but not committing Tank to actually following his spells up and knocking them towards the team. It's a tie.
Yeah, just a cheeky cow. Have some free beef, my friend.
Yeah, well, must have been on sale. Not sure what Ella was doing there.
You said the 10% off deal, and look, there it is.
Wind Speakers is meant to increase healing by 10%. That would make you 10% more susceptible to death. I'm not sure what mastery Ella's taken anymore.
It's not a good one.
No, but once again, Snake, they do still find themselves a pick, and it's kiting back. This is something that Invictus Gaming, generally speaking, were looking towards doing. And whilst they find small advantages here, IG, they get themselves 2 early kills. The gold lead remains even because nobody's accelerated the map. The priority is laning and farm.
No one taking any turrets there as well. So this is normally the time where we see Snake moving around, trying to grab these outer turrets. So far, no changes have occurred. So Crystal and Ella moving back towards that top lane once again. The Q not going to find Tank there in the mid lane, so still holding on, still doing fine. Only down by a couple of creeps. This Rookie just shoving forward. Rain actually might be in trouble here towards the top side. Nice Unbreakable out of Tabe, being very impressed by this Braum players. There's the concussive blows. Culling comes down though. Crystal looking for Rain with that damage as ZZR. He's going to turn up looking for the spear. Needs to find it. Doesn't get it there under Rain, so they'll pressure them under the turret. We'll see whether this is going to be all she wrote, though, as Snake looking to create some pressure. They'll get this turret. Is that going to be all, as it's a 2 versus 3? They may not need to, as the turret is going to fall down. IG actually trying to turn this one around. Kids here. The flash forward. Ella uses the ultimate, though. Winter's Bite lands. This could be it for the cows. The Glacial Fissure's going to get the knock up. They just wait it out and pick up the kill. IG looking very different in this game.
Yeah, Beef definitely on special, Atlas. But once again, Invictus Gaming, they still get something back, but they lose the turret for it because Snake, their strategy and their priorities are on actually taking down objectives. And whilst that kill was there, Snake do find themselves a little bit ahead in gold as a response because the global gold from a turret comes up slightly trumps.
Yeah, well, Rookie now having a slightly different time here in the mid lane. We'll see whether he actually adapts the build, whether he's going to finish that Spear of Visage, or whether he's just going to get a Sheen a little bit earlier, create a little bit more kill threat for himself. Because that's what I want out of the man. I want flashy plays. I want really cool stuff. That's what we have come to expect from this man, as he has gone back. The Abyssal Scepter's there. The tank, of course, has his Stinger available as well. And Rookie actually used that Chrono Break in order to get back into the lane, so see how the Echo is going to do. The auto attacks from these Sand Soldiers, though, not exactly doing the work the tank wants. He's going to dodge out of the way, clear up as much farm as possible, and Tank, man, he's just looking good on this Azir.
Yeah, Tank's honestly been the most impressive and most improved mid laner of the past 4 weeks of the LPL that I've seen. Like, he's starting to just go above and beyond, honestly.
Yeah.
But once again, like Snake, they know what they want to do. By taking that top lane turret, ZZR has said, we're now opening up the map. Pressure your lane in mid, make sure that it's controlled so that we know where Rookie is. He can't teleport, he can't ult, he's used them both to stay here. Gives free time for ZZR and the rest of Snake to work their lane swap magic. Those voodoo dolls and things that seemingly just make it always work for them.
Exactly right. Well, IG looking to try and answer here towards the top side. No response coming out of Snake as they're pushing 4-man strong towards this inner turret. I've seen this one before, Rusty. And that is going to be another turret broken on the side of Snake. It will be answered, but that's only an outer on the top side of the map and only the first for IG.
I'm getting severe cases of deja vu, honestly.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. I think there is. Something like that. I'm seeing that black cat one more time. There's brick walls instead of the windows.
Yeah, throughout this series, honestly, it's felt that way. Invictus Gaming, though, we are starting to see signs of adaptation because last time around, they did not go for their respective buff. They didn't get the dragon secured, whereas Snake got that Rift Herald because we were flipped. Because reasons.
Yep. That's how it works out, as IG are going to be able to take themselves a Rift Herald. Will be their first for the series, I believe. Actually, no, they did manage to steal one away.
They haven't got a dragon yet.
Yeah.
And that's what's on the scoreboard, Atlas.
Precisely.
That's what matters.
If it's on the scoreboard,
so,
it's a big deal.
Again, to me, the only adaptation that Snake should have made in maybe the past 2 to 5 minutes was getting the Rift Herald before they went bottom. So if they sent ZZR up there to take that one, fast push harder, you could have actually forced Invictus Gaming back to defend that lane. Maybe even broken the freeze that is looking to be in place by Rain. Of course, he will start pushing to take down turrets. This is where Snake have a lot more time available to them on the map to start opening up even further. And it all starts with vision.
And speaking of opening up the map, sneakily, Flandre has managed to create himself a lead, up by about 8 creeps right now. As the Poppy always seems to make himself relevant. As Crystal's
the Ty's
going to
go for this. Oh.
Yeah, they put a ward down. So Kid unable to get to position in time as now Snake putting the pressure on. Zatai comes in. Flandre not in as much trouble as you might think, as the Primal Surge is able to help out, and the arrow just going to fly by wistfully on the top side of the map.
That was a reach from Rain.
Yeah.
I don't know if the commit to the turret was going to be there from Snake. They're just poking their heads around and trying to catch people out of position. As Flandre's actually bottom, there's no Ash Arrow.
Yeah, Hawkshot comes in. Rain is just going to get heroically charged. The teleport comes down. Can Flandre actually manage to secure this kill? As they're diving, he's cancelled it. And Rain is going to be able to make it to safety. They've killed the friggin' Rise, though. Ridiculous play out of Snake as Ella trying to run away. The ultimate is going to wear off as Rookie. Very low on mana, but still has the auto attacks. Crystal gets exhausted. ZZR right in amongst it. Collateral damage comes down from Kid, though. And Flandre able to pick up another one. Tank in here. The auto attacks are massive out of this. Azira's Kid's going to fall down as well. And Snake turn it all around.
And in typical Snake fashion, better late than never. And after a blunder in communication, everything works out for them. Very confusing, but very, very well executed from the bottom lane of Snake to get themselves all of these kills. And here we are again. The map's starting to open up, and it is still match point for Invictus Gaming. They need to bring it back.
Yeah, the map is exploding right now. That is 2 inner turrets completely dead. This mid lane now going to fall down as ZZR finds himself some free time. Big creep wave there as well in the Nidalee, online like you wouldn't believe. Now 18 minutes into the game, probably will go back and pick up that Rod of Ages as item number 2. And he's ahead by a lot. I mean, once again, ZZR's Nidalee, ridiculous. But Tank, he's got a kill early on this time around. Nash's Tooth now done.
He's like the low-key MVP of Snake at the moment.
Yeah, every time.
Shout-outs to Rookie. Changed his build. You the man.
Oh, there it is. This is what we wanted.
That's what I'm talking about. It's little things that matter for me. IG, though, and you're right. Like, the map has exploded open. And I love that reference of exploded as well, because it feels like a Michael Bay film right now. Snake have just decided that it's time to just make the map theirs.
Make it rain. Oh, God, that was not a reference to the 80 carry of Invictus Gaming. This Kid able to take down his red buff, or is he? As Tank is going to make his way over. The Emperor himself has decided that this is a buff he wants. Unable to take it as Kid just smites that one away. And they're desperately trying to hold onto their jungle. ZZR doing his very best to deny it. Doesn't find the pink ward there, but Crystal, another unsung hero from Snake at the moment. Him and Ella have been laning beautifully this series.
Yeah, they have. And for what it's worth, Rain and Tabe have matched their laning, at least in farm, and they've stayed even.
Yeah.
But it's once the map movements come into play that IG just look like they're faltering. And it's because Snake are putting a lot of emphasis on their bottom lane, and they're forcing Invictus Gaming to respond to that bottom lane emphasis. This is curious.
That was very strange. Heroic Charge was actually dodged there as the arrow is going to fly through. Ella just going to use his ultimate to get the way out. Parallel Convergence, unable to find anything, and Kid forced out of this fight. Snake still so healthy. They also have the mini ARAM going on here with the Sun Turret. They're just orchestrating every little skirmish.
And it's funny because mechanics just don't seem to matter. Invictus Gaming, though, they are looking threatening, all things considered. But still, like, for someone like Tank on this Azir to just, like, sand shift into a wall and just casually walk it out now with his team, still looking in an advancing position. It's Speaks wonders for what Snake are doing right now with their decision-making, their setup, and their strategy.
Yeah, and they're transitioning into this siege so beautifully, making use of ZZR on this Nidalee, who has that brand new Rod of Ages. This turret very, very low. Sun turret does wear out, though, and IG could possibly find something. Spear lands onto Rookie.
That's the turret.
Yeah, turret is going to fall, and Snake say, well, that's what we wanted. We're just going to back away, and IG... They're just watching their base crumple. That is 6 turrets to 1.
Yeah, they're absolutely just watching this game unfold in front of their eyes. The saving grace of IG's kid. I didn't think I'd say that very often. But in the elimination round of this playoffs, round number 1, they've got a 3-in-1 Graves to back them up and get them to the late game where Zatai and Rookie can run rampant.
Yeah, well, we'll see whether they can get to that stage. Needlessly large Rod now done for Tank. Building towards that Rylai's Crystal Scepter. Such a fantastic 3 first items for this Azir player, and he's looking to be online very, very soon. ZZR going to start off his blue buff. Actually just going to take it. They just don't care anymore.
Tank's got one.
Yeah.
He got their one. So everything working out so well for Snake here. They've set themselves up once again with Dragon available. You'd imagine that that's going to be the free objective for Snake to take. IG's emphasis is on the Baron buff.
Yep.
So that's where they should be placing their vision. And once again, we can see if their setup, like it was in the first game, is just as beautiful. It really was. It was an honor to watch.
It was. They've taken their second dragon here as well. Making sure that they're denying that objective. 7,000 gold is what this is ballooned to. And Flandre once again having an excellent game. Not needing to be as flashy. Just playing the Poppy out. Making sure you can utilize just how strong that champion is. As Snake setting up their topside vision. It's exactly like you said, just playing out by the book. Very controlled. Beautiful to watch.
And if there's one thing Snake are, it's by the book. Execution aside, their strategy, their decisions that they want to be, or where they want to be is always theirs. Tank has no cleanse.
Yeah, he's actually going to get locked down here. Glacial Fissure comes in. He's so dead as Kid's able to pick up another kill for himself. IG making a change, making an adjustment. The mid laner now gone for another 30 seconds. On the side of Snake.
One small step for Invictus Gaming in the right direction with that pick. It's not about the gold, it's about the control that they then get of the map pressuring this mid lane turret.
Well, the rest of Snake are able to respond. It's a nice culling to come out.
Tabe didn't block it.
Yeah, didn't have the Unbreakable there. As that's an Iceborne Gauntlet completed here for Rookie. Committing to a lot of cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
I like it.
Iceborne Gauntlet, pretty good item, Atlas.
Yeah, so I've heard. Definitely
worth it. 20% CDR will cap him out as well now. Rookie once he finishes his Spirit Visage. And it is the Tank Echo. It's the important thing to take from this. A question where he's going after that.
Well, it's not going to be a Lich Bane.
Well, no.
But that's about all I know. So don't quiz me anymore.
Sweet. Glad we got there. I'd imagine Zonya's Atlas.
Probably a good idea.
I'm just curious because we don't often see Tank Echoes in mid lane.
Yeah.
Usually it's an AP one. We saw Rod of Ages from Wayless.
Well,
they're doing it again.
Yeah, Snake just going to start up the Baron. Hawkshot is going to give away the position as ZZR is going to pounce over the wall. And Snake say, all right, well, we don't have to worry about it. Use Primal Surge, get ourselves back up to health. Rinse and repeat. It's IG. Shove out the mid lane. We're going to try and take down, finally, this outer turret.
And whilst it is rinse and repeat, the thing is Hawkshot and Blue... Oh, hang on.
In Flandre's goes in. Flandre, waiting for it right now as Zatai is going to stop him. He flashes out immediately as the ultimate has been channeled. Just decides to cancel it out.
Ash still has arrow.
Yeah, they're setting this one up. They've got a lot of ways to get out of this Ash arrow. We'll see whether Rain is going to have the aim in order to get IG a favorable trade. Rookie making his way around. Crystal right in the front line once again as Winter's Bite's not going to find it. Not a lot of mana and now not a lot of health on the Braum.
But once again, this is just vision set up by Snake. Everywhere you look in Invictus Gaming's jungle is a green ward that Snake has placed. And they're back to this Baron. The dance continues. Look at the minimap. There is no contest besides this miracle arrow steal that isn't there.
It's onto Crystal.
Oh, the teleport's actually coming in here.
Collateral damage comes down. They take a fair bit, but they do manage to nail the Baron. In goes Zatai. He's home guarding. He's trying to get somewhere.
Now
but
he's
they're just backing.
Yeah, Snake, they take their Baron. They secure themselves a massive gold lead.
It feels like chess. It doesn't feel like League of Legends. It feels like they're just playing pure strategy right now.
They are. And once again, this is 25 minutes in the game that they're playing this strategy. Usually you'll see that happen in, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes in the future from this point.
Precisely.
But they're speeding the game up. And once again, the playoffs buff that Snake seem to be getting.
Which is historically something that they just never have. They normally fall apart at this stage.
They're an LSPL team that was notoriously good at team fighting and lane phase. And getting between those two to the next is the hardest thing to do in the world.
Yeah.
But they've worked it out. Refinement.
Well, Crystal going to dash his way over. Rookie takes a little bit of damage there. The Culling not going to find too many creeps, and IG able to wave clear these Baroned up minions. But this is where the problem lies. Despite the fact that Zatai has a lot of damage, Flandre had a huge minion wave bearing down on that inhibitor turret. Spears flying forward. Let's see what Snake are going to be able to gather. 8,000 gold the lead. If nothing else, the Baron just extending that money advantage that they have even further.
Yeah, it definitely is. Of course, Flandre not having a great time.
Whiff.
As you said, whiff. Unfortunately for Rain, and that's one of their engage tools gone for 50-odd seconds. Watch Snake now feel a little bit more confident.
Whoa, kid. Actually takes a lot of damage there. Collateral damage actually has to be used in order to clear out the minion wave. Slowly but surely this turret is falling. And Snake trying their very best to grab it. Spears flying through left, right, and center. And Tank, despite the fact that they're falling low in these exchanges, it's the healing that's available from this Nidalee that's really just winning the war of attrition. Inhibitor turret falls down. IG, they have to try something. They have to do something before they just get poked out and lose an inhib.
But there's 3 items completed for Tank. Look at how much he is zoning. Any engage is desperate.
Yeah, well, Tank is actually going to get stunned up, but there's the headbutt pulverized. Rookie has to use the ultimate, does so, and gets himself out as now Tabe could be in trouble. Actually gets a trip out for free by Flandre. The inhib falls down, though, and Snake bearing down on the members of IG. The culling comes out from Crystal, sends them all back to the fountain. Nexus turrets are actually falling down. They're looking for a second. Snake have to be careful because there are large health bars now back on IG. They didn't get the kills.
But the games begin, Atlas.
Exactly right. Ella actually going to tank up the arrow. Rookie takes down Flandre, and the flash is now used from the cow in order to get Ella to safety. They lose one, but that's an inhibitor turret, and Nexus turret for the trade.
Yeah, things starting to look quite dire for IG, but they are still scaling, and they push them back once more. IG might be able to break their second turret of the game, at least on the knowledge that Snake are going back, but they can't. And scary stuff now about to ensue. It's all on the line for Invictus Gaming in this game. They need to take what they can now before it's too late.
Well, they will take a dragon, so 6% stats actually pretty useful here at 30 minutes into the game. Denying that third dragon away from Snake as well. That extra movement speed as we have a look at Flandre. Some concentration.
And you know what?
In the eyes of everyone.
It was really close to game over. Crystal actually misplayed because he flashed and then used the culling in an awkward direction.
Yeah.
If he was in range of an auto attack or a spell by any means and used those, probably would have killed somebody. And that could have been lights out.
Oh, this is sneaky as kid. He's going to go straight into the trap. Crystal finishes it off.
That's a lot of damage.
That was ludicrous.
Yeah, 3 completed items, and once again, big item advantages for Snake as they're starting to threaten the top side of the map. I like what Crystal's doing, though.
Oh,
I like that as well.
I actually have a feeling that if that aim was correct, Crystal would have still been
So they're
stunned.
now threatening the end.
Yeah.
They have sent tank mid lane. They're not pushing top. They're not threatening 2 things. They don't even have Baron. They just want the game.
Yeah, teleport's going to come in here from Flandre as Ella just uses the unbreakable will. Tabe's dead already as Flandre comes in. Picks that one up. Parallel convergence. Not going to get any stuns. And now Snake use this as a reason to engage. In goes Flandre. Rookie going to avoid the stun, but the Nexus is bare. It is falling down. Emperor's Divide going to get flashed out of the way of, but that's game. Snake finish it immediately. 2-0. All too easy for this team. And struggling in playoffs? I think not.
There is no word that sounds even remotely similar to struggling that can describe Snake's performance against IG. In fact, Invictus Gaming are the ones that I would say looked like they were struggling.
Oh, yeah.
Snake just play beautiful League of Legends is the best way to describe it. They play to win the map, and they do.
And big smiles on their faces as they are shaking the hands of IG. It's all about believing, Rusty, but unfortunately just didn't pay off there for IG as their playoff run ended very, very quickly. Snake so incredibly decisive in these games. And I cannot wait for that matchup against EDG.
Yeah, this is probably going to be the most heavy-hitting game of the playoffs, in my opinion, right now. Snake come in with this form. Yeah. Honestly, they could take the whole thing. And they're going to be up against the big dogs in their next game. But this series, that says it all. Like, they just dismantled Invictus Gaming. They made Rookie look like he was aptly named.
Yeah. Well, and that is a massive call. And one that I could imagine that Rusty's actually dying a little bit inside saying.
A little bit.
You're exactly right. It was so incredibly powerful. And Snake, just tank in the mid lane.
Yeah.
The Azir, twice in a row. The fact that they got the same team comp over and over again, I mean, that has to feel like a drafting blunder. And something must have been going right for this particular comp for IG in scrims. And they did do better in game number 2 as opposed to game number 1. But, I mean, why do you take exactly the same thing into game number 2 when it's all on the line?
I would imagine that Snake came into this drafting phase for game number 2 and they're like, why are they giving us Nidalee again?
Yeah.
Why are they giving us Poppy again? Every champion, what is this? Like, we won with this beforehand, but the exact same thing happens basically 2 games in a row. IG show no adaptation to the draft. They show one strategy that they want to use. Perhaps it's the one strategy they practiced with Tabe, and that's all they felt comfortable actually putting in place. Doesn't actually work out for them. And honestly, to me, I'm looking at IG, and it's still their bottom lane. Like, Crystal should be MVP in that last game. He would have done like 35% of the damage to champions, honestly. That guy was a monster.
Yeah.
Rain just threw R's. Like, he just threw his arrow out and tried to connect. Never really worked out for them.
There just wasn't really the team fighting Ashe that we were expecting come that late game. And look, we did see Crystal. He managed to pick up those 3 items and then just sit in a brush. It's like, we know that you are going to come and try and take your red buff, try and get into your jungle, kid. We are just going to murder you. And that's exactly what they did. We are going to have a look at what's going to be happening tomorrow. Relegation going to start us off here as HYG take on Master 3. Try and keep themselves in it as OMG then up against Energy Pacemaker all. Of course, a little bit unfortunate that OMG didn't make it into the playoffs. It was looking very, very close with IG, Vici, and OMG. Unfortunately, OMG had to fall out. We'll see whether they are going to be able to make their way back in against an EPA that have looked a whole lot better. That could be a definite match to watch tomorrow.
So that is a massive match, to say the least, right? OMG, and it could have gone to anybody when you look at Group B. Who was going to get eliminated? Vici actually just coming out barely and actually showing up today and getting a win against LGD. Like, says it all about group number B. Nice. Group B, that's a letter. Anyway, the other one actually as well, M3 against HYG. The curious thing to me is that Masters 3, they struggled. HYG had 1 victory this split.
Precisely.
1 victory. And guess who it was against? The team they're playing tomorrow in Masters 3.
Yeah, and look, despite the fact that they've had pretty, I guess, horrible experiences on the Rift, there have been things for HYG that you can look at. Because Chimin making his way onto the lineup, looking a whole lot better. I mean, this is a team that's trying to adapt to all of this extra map play that they weren't necessarily able to work out earlier on in the season. Moving around the map, closing things out. They never had a problem in the early game, though, and I mean, that's something that we've been looking at for M3 as well, also struggling in that department.
Yeah, both teams have their strengths, but they definitely have defined weaknesses, and that's what puts them into the promotion series, right? Like, plain and simple, whereas I look at OMG and I look at EPA, and I think that these 2 teams, out of all of the teams in that promotion series, probably shouldn't even be there, and they have to play against each other first. That's a very dangerous thing now, for OMG in particular, as a very prestigious organization to stay there.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be very dangerous, of course. Now we have the rest of our playoffs bracket as well already locked in. So WE are going to be taking on Vici. That is going to be an interesting one. But we are going to go back to our previous game and have a look at the MVP. It is going to be Crystal. Rusty called it. 88% kill participation, 35% damage share. I mean, what more could you want?
I actually think I almost...
You almost nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it. All right, yeah. I think I've worked out the system that they give MVPs on, personally. I've actually got the voting part down, but... Very, very deserving, I think is the best way to describe Crystal in that game. The one play they made, a very cheesy bush camp where they caught someone out, basically ended the game for them. Very effective stuff. The Lucian was the utmost impressive thing. This, to me, by the way, whilst this is a Crystal highlight, is a miscommunication from Snake, because they could have had the kill on the Ashe at the same time, but this whole thing just blew the map open, right? Crystal just lives. He just does not die. And Tank finally makes his way in. ZZR finally makes his way in. But it's the Lucian who has been there the entire time that just makes it work and makes it happen for his team. Dodges honestly like everything.
Oh, and then Tank makes his way through. Massive Emperor's Divide. IG, nowhere to go. And it was all just about the Lucian dancing out of the way of every single skill shot that Tabe was trying to throw at him. Glacial Fissure, completely whiffed. Ella just walks up, dodges out of the way of it. Winter's Bite then, not able to find the range onto Crystal. Yeah. This guy was just spacing himself so beautifully. And this is something that we came to expect from Crystal last season.
Yeah.
When he was playing the Draven, when he was the solo carry for the team. What a better time to step up.
Yeah, I guess the major conflicting difference now is Lucian's more of a ice skater in terms of champion design. You know, fancy feet, able to dance around everywhere and dodge out all of these spells, whereas Draven's kind of just like stand and deliver with your damage, which is a lot higher. But naturally, the Lucian in this particular game, we saw the highlights there. Like, he stepped up massive. Crystal. Snake, they seem to have this playoffs buff that Vici have also shared with them. I wonder if they've been playing each other.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And we think that Vici may have stolen it from LGD, but Snake, this is a team that historically not great in playoffs. That is just not where they perform. And now they've managed to turn it around. The organization definitely getting a lot older, able to mature as well. So now this sort of playoff time, not going to be the daunting experience that they had last time around when they were sort of this fresh LSPL team, split one of 2015.
They are still reasonably young players, but you're right, the organization's starting to feel a little bit more experienced. And for what it's worth, man, like this Snake team, they could actually take the whole thing based off that.
Yeah. Just utterly incredible. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for tonight. Make sure you stick around for tomorrow's matches. It's going to be those relegation ones, and we'll see exactly who's going to be back into the LPL. But for now, just want to say thanks on behalf of myself, Rusty, our whole production crew. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.